You're home. The walls are familiar. The smell is yours. The bed knows the shape of your body. And yet, there's something pulling at you. A quiet ache, like you've left something behind, but you can't name what it is or where you left it. You're not homesick for a place. You're homesick inside your home. And that feeling, that strange, hollow longing, is trying to tell you something most people never slow down enough to hear. You've felt it before. Maybe it comes at night when the house is quiet and the day finally stops moving. Maybe it arrives on a Sunday afternoon, wrapped in ordinary light, with nowhere specific to go. Maybe it hits in the middle of a meal, surrounded by people you love, and you feel far away from all of them. Psychologists have a name for this feeling. It's called anhedonia, when the pleasure drains out of familiar things. It's called existential longing, when the self reaches for something it can't define. But underneath both of those words is something even more precise. You are not missing a place. You are missing a version of yourself. A self that felt at home in its own life. This is what researchers in personality psychology call self-discrepancy theory. It was developed by psychologist E. Torrey Higgins in the late 1980s. The theory says we carry three selves inside us at all times. The actual self, who you are right now. The ideal self, who you dreamed you would become. And the ought self, who you were told you should be. When the gap between these selves grows too wide, the emotional result is not motivation, it's grief. A low, persistent grief that doesn't announce itself with tears. It just sits there. Like standing in a room where the furniture has moved and you can't quite remember where anything used to be. Here's what this feeling is not. It is not depression, necessarily. It is not ingratitude. It is not a sign that something is wrong with your life or with you. It is a signal. A signal from the deepest part of your cognition, the part that monitors meaning, continuity, and belonging, saying, something has drifted. The poet Rainer Maria Rilke once wrote that homesickness is not a longing for home, it is a longing for wholeness. Modern neuroscience agrees, though it uses different language. The brain has a region called the default mode network. It activates when you're not focused on the outside world, when you're daydreaming, remembering, or reflecting on who you are. This network is constantly asking one quiet question. Does my life match my inner story of myself? When the answer keeps coming back no, not dramatically, just quietly, repeatedly, that is what you feel as homesickness inside your own home. You are not broken. You are paying attention. Think of your brain as a compass built for belonging. Not just belonging to people, belonging to time, to a felt sense of continuity, the invisible thread that connects who you were to who you are to who you're becoming. Psychologists call this narrative identity. It's the story you tell yourself about your life, and like any story, it needs to feel coherent. When chapters don't connect, when the person you were 5 years ago seems to live in a different book entirely, the compass spins. It looks for magnetic north. It reaches for the last place the story made sense, and we call that reaching homesickness. There's also something happening at the level of memory consolidation. The hippocampus, the brain's archive, links places, times, and emotional states together. This is why a particular song can return you to a specific afternoon you hadn't thought about in years. And it's why home, as a concept, is never just a building. Home is a felt experience, a cluster of memories where something inside you felt settled. When that settled feeling disappears, even while you're physically in the same place, your brain treats it like loss. Because it is loss. The loss of a version of yourself that once felt whole. So what do you do when you're homesick for yourself? Not to fix it immediately, but to understand it, and slowly, gently move toward it. The first principle, name the self you're missing. Sit quietly and ask, not who do I want to become, but when did I last feel at home in myself? What were you doing? What did you care about? What kind of mornings did you have? This is not nostalgia, it is autobiographical memory retrieval, a technique used in cognitive behavioral therapy to identify the values and patterns that shaped your sense of coherence. You are not going back.
you are excavating the blueprint. The second principle, reduce the self-discrepancy gap slowly. Higgins' research shows the pain of self-discrepancy doesn't come from having an ideal self, it comes from believing the ideal self is unreachable. So the intervention is not to lower your standards, it's to identify one small way, one quiet act that brings your actual life 1 degree closer to the life that feels like you. Not a transformation, a step. The brain responds to direction, not arrival. The third principle, rebuild ritual. Neuroscience tells us that rituals reduce existential anxiety by giving the default mode network a felt sense of continuity. When your mornings feel the same, when you return to the same book, the same walk, the same tea, you are giving your brain a thread to hold. You are saying to your nervous system, I am still here. The story is still going. Ritual is not routine. Ritual is intentional repetition that signals meaning. Here is the model to carry with you. Imagine your sense of self as a hearth fire. It needs tending. Not constant fuel, not a raging daze. Just regular, quiet attention. When you stop tending it, when life gets fast or loud or someone else's, the fire shrinks. And the room grows cold, even though you're still inside it. That coldness is what you've been calling homesickness. It is not about the house. It is about the fire. And the beautiful thing about fire is that it never fully goes out. It just waits. You are not missing a place. You are missing permission. Permission to be the self that existed before the expectations, before your comparisons, before you learn to perform a longing instead of feel it. That self is not gone. It is not lost in some other city or some other version of your life. It is here. It is the part of you that noticed the ache in the first place. The part that paused in an ordinary afternoon and thought, something is missing. That awareness, that quiet, persistent noticing, is the self you've been looking for. You don't need to go anywhere. You need to come back. Slowly, without noise. One small, tender flame at a time.